give them some rights, some civil rights. They're going to walk in their divine rights all the days of their lives. So this is what we're doing this for, man. This is so much bigger than us. It's about the people. It's about all of our people coming back out of all the pain and anguish and suffering and crying and tears that we've had to deal with all throughout what the Bible calls Jacob's trouble in Jeremiah 30. And we're going to look at these last verses in Jeremiah 31, and you're going to see why it's important for us to do this. And this needs to be your motivation. Every time something gets hard, every time somebody slams a door in your face, every time somebody don't respond to you no more, the time the church don't want to deal with you no more, the pastor calls you crazy, I want you to go back to Jeremiah 31 and let it be your motivation. Start in verse 1.
At the same time, saith the Lord, will I be the God of all the families of Israel, and they shall be my people.
Listen. He's saying, listen, Jeremiah 30, the Most High was going through all the disappointments that he had with us. And he was telling us about what was going to happen in Jacob's trouble that we had to go through. The pain, the anguish, the suffering, the attacks from Esau, the attacks from the dragon, the attacks from Satan. And he ended off Jeremiah 30 in verse 24 saying, yeah, you know, in the latter days, you're going to think about this. We are in those latter days. You're going to consider what I'm saying here now. But then he starts back at verse 1 in Jeremiah 31. He says, what?
At the same time, saith the Lord, will I be the God of all the families of Israel, and they shall be my people.
So he said, listen, I'm going to punish you for what you did wrong. I'm going to hold you accountable for every error, every sin that you did. But at the same time, I'm going to be God over my families, over my people, says the Most High. Verse 2.
Thus saith the Lord, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness, even Israel, when I went to cause him to rest.
So he's saying right now, you know, many of our people are going to perish. Many of our people have perished over the time, to the different wars, to the dragon showing up on the coast of West Africa, to the dragon showing up on the coast of South, Central, and North America, to the dragon showing up on the coast of Australia and the coast of the Fiji and the Hawaiian Islands, all the different islands. The dragon showing up on Puerto Rican islands, Puerto Rico and Cuba, Jamaica, Haitian, Dominican Republic. When all of our people that was there, when the dragon showed up, the so-called Christopher Columbus, so-called colonization. He said, I know you went through a lot, and some of us fell to the sword. But he said, what though? Verse 3.
The Lord hath appeared of old unto me, saying, yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee.
He said, listen, I know you went through a lot, and you done had to deal with some pain and some anguish. But as I said before, and I'm going to tell you again, I love my people Israel with an everlasting love. It's never going to go away. And I know many of you in your life that you're living right now, you may not be feeling the love of the Most High, but it's there. It's been protecting you in ways you'll never even know. Verse 4.
Again, I will build thee, and thou shalt be built. O Virgin of Israel, thou shalt again be adorned by the tabrets, and shalt go forth in the dances of them that make merry.
Oh my God. Verse 5.
Thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria. The planter shall plant, and shall eat them as common things.
Listen to what he's saying. You about to get right back into the places where you used to be, where when he told them that the land was flowing with milk and honey, and they had the best crops and the best vegetations, the best vegetables and the best fruits. And he says now how you can't even eat, you have to be rich basically to be able to eat healthy. He said these great things that you desire to eat, you're going to be eating them as ordinary food. It's just going to be run of the mill. Now we say we look forward to the Sunday dinners and the holidays where we can eat good because eating regular. No, the Most High says it's coming back a day where you're going to be eating every day like it's a holy day. Every day. It's going to be just another day. Laid out feast up for us. Verse 6.
For there shall be a day that the watchmen upon the Mount Ephraim shall cry, Arise ye, and let us go up to Zion unto the Lord our God.
There's going to be a time when our descendants that's going to come after us, when they make their way through the wilderness, up their highway through Egypt, they're going to make that they're going to make their entrance, and then it's going to be one of the guys going to be standing on the mountain like this. Let us go forth to Zion. Listen, and most of us may not be around that day when they go in, but we'll be joining them real shortly when the dead in Christ shall raise first. So you have to understand, this is bigger than us. This is about our people to come. We shouldn't want our descendants, our people that's going to come after us, to deal with the same hardships and troubles that we had to deal with. It got a little better for us than it did for our parents. It got a little better for them from their parents. But we have to understand that the Most High is ready for so much more to happen in our lives. And it's about you taking up right now, taking the stepping up right now and walking in your purpose and your destiny. And this is how these things are going to come about. Verse 7.
For thus saith the Lord, Sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations. Publish ye, praise ye, and say, O Lord, save thy people, the remnant of Israel.
The remnant of Israel. This is what we're doing. We're standing among the nations. We're standing amongst the people. While everybody looking at us clowning and laughing, saying, they believe they're the children of Israel. They think they're the Hebrews. They some black Hebrew Israelites, what they like to say. And we're standing up under the nations. We're standing amongst all the ridicule and laughter saying, Christ, Most High, save the remnant of Israel. We're praising his name in advance. We're giving him glory right now for what he's going to do. A higher. In English, it's called the great I am, the am I am. That's what we're doing. We're telling everybody right now who want to listen that a higher has come for his people. Verse 8.
Behold, I will bring them from the north country.
Okay, let's stop right there. The north country. Who is that? North America. And he do what?
And gather them from the coasts of the earth, and with the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travail with child together. All
together. Now, it's very important that you get this. Because I almost went crazy last night when I was looking over this again. And the Most High showed me this in my mind. He gave me the vision to see what he was talking about here. When you go to Luke, the 21st chapter, when Christ is telling them to get prepared to get up out of Judea, he says, "Woe unto those who are blind! Woe unto those who are with child!" But now he's saying, what he said in verse 8?
Gather from the coast of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travail with child together.
Nah, he said in Luke 21, he says, "Woe unto him," because he knew we was about to go through Jacob's trouble. But as we're coming back at the end of Jacob's trouble and ending back into the land, he's saying, I'm bringing all of them back. And they're going to be celebrated. They ain't going to be hurting. They're not going to be in pain. They're not going to be in distress. The same ones that I sent out limping, the same ones are going to walk back in. Powerful. Verse 9.
A great company shall return thither. They shall come with weeping, and with supplications will I lead them. I will cause them to walk by the rivers of water in straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn.
And Ephraim is my firstborn. Y'all better, you need to understand. This is why they don't want you in the Old Testament, man. This is why. Because when you see this, when you get this down in your spirit of what's going to come, you will be done with this world. You will be done with society. You will be done trying to fit in. And you will know, listen, man, I'm with the Most High. You understand? He said, listen, they're going to come with weeping. But they're going to be, and not no weeping, no tears of joy, of sadness, but tears of joy. You understand? Tears of joy. He said, and they're going to have the supplication. I will lead them and cause them to go by the rivers of the water. And when he says Ephraim is my firstborn, what he's talking about is that when originally, of course, Reuben is the firstborn of all the sons. But Reuben got out of the will of the Most High, and Jacob replaced him with Joseph. and made Joseph the heir. Joseph had two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. And so what he was talking about there was, even though Manasseh was the oldest, he made Ephraim, when he was blessing them, he put his right hand upon Ephraim, according to Genesis 50. And instead of doing that, Genesis 48, excuse me, he blessed Ephraim and said Ephraim would rule. This is why when the tribes split in 1 Kings 11, Ephraim became the kings of the 10 tribes, while Judah remained the kings of the tribes, the kings of the tribes of Judea. Now, verse 10.
Hear the words of the Lord, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, he that scattered Israel will gather him.
Okay, so he's telling you right now, nations, all the Gentile nations, he said, hear the word of the Lord. All of you that are responsible for scattering us, all of you that were responsible for putting us in slavery on every continent on this world, you were responsible for scattering us. You the one ran up in our countries. You the one ran up in our spots. You took our lands. You took us out. You put us over here. You put us over there. Since you scattered, you're going to be responsible for bringing us back. But that verse right there will be never read in your church. They're going to be the responsible for getting us back to where we need to go. Verse 11. No, keep going.
Will gather them and keep him as the shepherd doth his flock.
Verse 11.
For the Lord hath redeemed Jacob and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he.
See, now, they got all the guns, they got all the weapons, they got all the money, and our people, the so-called black man, the so-called African-American man, the so-called Mexican, so-called Puerto Ricans, so-called Cubans and Haitians and Dominicans and Mexicans and Indians and Latinos, all of us at the bottom of the barrel. So the Most High has ransomed us from all these nations that are stronger than us. Verse 12.
Therefore they shall come and sing in the height of Zion, and shall flow together to the goodness of the Lord for wheat, and for wine, and for oil, and for the young of the flock of the herd, and their soul shall be a watered garden, and shall not sorrow any more at all.
At all. It's going to be over. All the pain, all the sorrow, all the tears, all the disappointment, all the prejudice, all the discrimination, all the racism, everything is done. And the Most High returning it to the place where he wants it to be, with Israel ruling as a nation, the whole world. Today's lesson is the Lord have need of you. The Lord have need of you. So I pray today that you was inspired, that you was empowered to walk in your true purpose and your destiny. The Lord needs you. We need you. Your people need you. And you cannot be utilized if you want to do the things of the world. You cannot be utilized if you still haven't bringing Christmas trees into your house, doing Easter egg hunts, still eating swine and unclean food, still worshiping on Sundays and not honoring the Sabbath. You got to walk away from all of the things that are not of the Most High. I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. And I showed you there in Jeremiah 31 the motivation for it all. So if any of you that came on this lesson late, I suggest that you start over, watch it from the beginning, so you can see what we're saying and the totality of what we're trying to bring across to you today. You're not black. You're not African American. You're from the tribe of Judah, from the nation of Israel. You're not Mexican. You're from the tribe of Issachar, from the nation of Israel. You're not a Puerto Rican. You're from the tribe of Ephraim. You're not Cuban. You're from the tribe of Manasseh. You're not Dominican. You're from the tribe of Simeon. And so on and so on. But Judah, you must raise first, according to Zechariah 12, verse 7. Because it's up to us to get all the rest of our people in line. So today, we want to extend our hand to you, to anyone that may come across this video, and anyone that is currently still watching with us. Share this video on your friends list. Share this video with your friends Share this video with the members of your church, with your pastors. Share this video to anyone who wants to listen and know the truth of who they are. We've got to get this truth out to our people. We're doing our part, and we need you to do your part as well. Just a few announcements, and we're going to let you go. Liberation 2017 Destiny Revealed Tour, Evangelism Tour is still going forth. So anybody that is interested in Liberation 2017 come to your area, all you got to do is inbox us, and we'll do what we can. We have women's conferences coming, we have a men's conference that is coming, and we have our Friday night evangelistic services that we do. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to miss it. Take a part of it. We'll be grateful and glad to come to your area. We do everything for free. The admission is free. We feed the people. We just want to come and be a blessing to God's people. That's what we're about. Freely we have received, so freely that's what we do. We give. Now, I want to tell go ahead and get the men of Southern Pines area and the men of Pinehurst and Pinecrest and all that area up in there, Carthage. We're in the works right now bringing Operation Rescue to that area. So we put some things together. So we want to go ahead and let the people know that we're going to be coming in that way. Raleigh, Durham, Cary area, be looking for us at the end of September. I'm going to be putting that event page up in a little while. So be on the lookout for us. We're going to be coming to your area. We got a lot of things in the works that we're still working on. So if anybody that wants Liberation to come to your area this year, you need to be getting up with me in the next few weeks, because we're not going to be able to pencil it in unless you get with us in the next few weeks, because we don't just throw things together. We like to plan them ahead of time. So we just want to let you know that we love you and know that we're praying for you. And if there's anything that we can do for you, don't ever hesitate to inbox us, hit us up, and we will do whatever we need to do. No matter what part of the country you're in, we got connections all over this country. So if you're looking for a church, if you're looking for some people to connect with, hit us up, and we will do whatever we can to be supportive of you. If you need to have a prayer, you need something done, just hit us up, and we will do whatever we can to be a blessing to you. And so all my peoples out there, we love you. Kwam Yasharala.